themselves just like the next person.
Proceed forward. I find that on TikTok you are done.
It's entirely too cold out here. And unfortunately for me, my diesel heater, which is down there, is broken. So we've got our little Mr. Buddy heater out, which I'm actually pleasantly surprised with how well it heats this van. Got down to, I think, 25 degrees last night. It's a little bit warmer now that it's morning, but in case you weren't able to tell yet, we are on the road again. That's dirty. I am currently, I actually don't know where I am right now, if I'm gonna be quite honest. I know that I'm somewhere near the eastern side of the Sierra Nevadas, southern tip, eastern side, but exactly where, I don't know. I'm at a Love's truck stop, so it doesn't really matter, honestly. Beautiful day out here, wherever we are. We are yet again at a Love's parking lot, my mecca, my homeland. The amount of time that I've spent here in my life should honestly have me put in jail, but it's just so easy. It's right off the highway, and they have some good food. This is probably the worst combo of Love's that they have is Carl's Jr. and Love's. My favorite personally is Arby's. That's just my personal preference. So I ended up getting a smaller coffee today because I'm trying to limit my caffeine intake, because before I left on this trip that I'm currently on in the van, I spent a few days in the hospital because I was feeling weird stuff going on with my heart. And they told me that I have what is called PACs, forget what that stands for, and then sinus pauses. They told me it's nothing I need to worry about, that it's kind of normal. They gave me a pill. Doctor didn't seem worried at all, so he knows more than I do. Therefore, I'm not worried. But the doctor also did say I have a low resting heart rate, around 30 to 50, which basically means I'm a superhuman athlete and my heart is super efficient. So, or it could mean other things, but we're gonna go with that one. But I think it is time to get out of our lovely campsite for the night. Also, I guess I parked bad the other day, because when I got back to my van, I had 5 of these stuck to every single window on the outside of my van. They didn't leave a reason. You're supposed to check a reason on the back, but they didn't. So now I have 4 of these to use on someone else on the road. They're also out of shopping bags, so good thing I live in my van. I don't have to carry these in the house. I can just bring the cart out to my house. Alright, let's see if we can fix that. Looks good as new, right? Anyways, groceries are put away. Let's hit the road. This is kind of it. You can see some of the rock formations over there, but this has got to be one of the most beautiful spots that I've ever seen a house put in my entire life. This road genuinely looks like it's like straight out of like a romance novel movie or something. It's always so cool pulling up to places like this and seeing it for the first time, because it genuinely feels like you're on a different planet. Honestly, that spot in there and those rocks might not be bad. We'll pull up in there for now. It's just very not flat. Let's see what we're working with. Whoa. That's pretty cool. Oh, I should have got firewood. I meant to get some at the gas station, but I forgot to when I was on my way down here. So I don't really know the story behind how these rocks formed. I think they formed millions and billions or long time ago by lava, pushed them up or something like that. I don't know. It's just so weird how they just jut like out of the landscape, seemingly out of nowhere. And then you got the Sierra Nevada mountain range over there. I'm guessing those are the Alabama Hills. I don't know. This might be the Alabama Hills. I don't really know a lot, honestly. It is also one of those spots where the silence when you get out of the car, just like, it's almost mind-boggling. You hear your ears ringing, it's so quiet. No noise. There goes Starlink. I am getting hungry, so I might start cooking a meal here pretty soon. Oh, the moon over there looks crazy. I don't know if you can see that on camera. I do want to at least get started cooking before the sun sets, but it's about an hour till then, so I'm just gonna go walk around a little bit, see what's around. I can get on top of that rock. I bet I can. Okay. Plastic climbing boards. Spectacular. Beautiful spot for the van. Beautiful fire tomorrow. It's just amazing to be able to get out here and experience stuff like this. Sometimes I think I take it for granted because for the first 2 years I didn't really have a lot of balance in my life between going out and filming videos and being home to see my friends and family, but I've gotten a little better with that. But even with that said, it still does get lonely. Was that shot worth it? I don't know. I don't even know if you guys can hear me, but if you couldn't, it does get pretty lonely out here on the road by myself. Oh, man, it's cold. All right, let's get started making dinner. So if you've seen my channel before, you already know the name of the game, and that is prep. We gotta prep all the ingredients for dinner. And there really isn't, honestly, with this recipe, a lot to prep. It's just some garlic, a shallot, and then some chives, just because I want it to look a little fancier. 1 big shallot, 1 small shallot, and then 6 cloves from this knob of garlic. I personally prefer a bit finer of a dice, but if you're making this, do it how you want. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day because it's all going into soup. And then the final thing, I'm just chopping up a few chives. This is completely unnecessary. I just personally do it for the aesthetic, so that's what I'm gonna do. And there we go. That is pretty much all the prep we have to do. Now we can get started cooking. First things first, you need to use chicken breast or chicken thigh for this. I prefer chicken thigh. I like the way it tastes. I think it's a little bit more tender, juicy. Chicken thigh to me is kind of dry. There's not as much fat, so whenever I can, I like to use chicken thighs and not chicken breasts. You can basically just season your chicken however you want, with whatever you want. Honestly, I'd recommend an all-purpose seasoning, just because it's easy. All right, I don't have an all-purpose seasoning, but I do have a Cajun all-purpose seasoning, which I think should be pretty good in this. I don't know, doesn't really matter. We're gonna go with, I think, 2 today. Always make sure you pat your chicken dry. I'm honestly not sure why you do this. I think it makes it crispier or makes it better. I don't know. I just always see people do it, and I've always been told to do it. So if you know why, let me know in the comments. Honestly, these are pretty small. I might do 3. Good rule of thumb with seasoning, season until you can't see the chicken anymore. Unless it's just salt, then it might be too much. Some olive oil. And I'm cooking this in a pot because it's all gonna be one pot. So it's a little strategic. Get some olive oil in there, and we'll let that get nice and ripping hot. So I'm supposed to tell you not to crowd the pot here, but I'm kind of lazy and I don't feel like doing this in batches. And honestly, these are kind of small, so it's not even really that crowded. Well, we'll get those nice and browned up and cooked through. Then we can move on to the rest. Beautiful. Those are some nice looking chicken thighs. Now that our chicken is all nice and cooked through, let it cool down for a minute or two and then get started on the rest of it. But before we do that, I had to step outside because the sun is starting to set. And it just looks spectacular. You got the glow on the mountains over there, the moon, almost full, not quite. And then look at that. Doesn't get much better. Beautiful spot to be cooking some chicken gnocchi soup. Now to the pan, I haven't wiped this out or cleaned it at all. Add a little bit more olive oil, then we can add in our garlic and shallots. We can add in some tomato paste, some sun-dried tomatoes. And I'm gonna add a good amount because I actually really like sun-dried tomatoes. Let that cook up for a few minutes. Get nice and homogeneous. And then to make this a soup, we're gonna add just a whole bunch of chicken broth, chicken stock into the pot. And then we'll let that cook up for just about 15 minutes. And normally if I wasn't filming a video, I would be jamming out to some music, but it is nice sometimes when I'm filming to just kind of, I don't know, enjoy the quiet. Only every once in a while though, because being out in places like this by yourself just gives you a lot of time to think. And I think I've, for the last 2 years, tried to give off this impression that my lifestyle is awesome and there's nothing wrong with van life and being alone is awesome. But at the end of the day, it is nice to have the company of other people. And I think I've come to kind of appreciate that more as a person. I think all of the most fun memories I have of being in a van are when someone else was with me, or I was with a group of people, or I was talking to someone, or I met some new person. Because I feel like, as beautiful as this is, and I'm so grateful I get to share all of this with you guys, I feel like memories created alone when you have no one to share it with are just, I don't know how to put it into words, but not as good. And I think at the end of the day, life is just better when you have other people around it. And I think I have just begun to start prioritizing that because I realized how detached I was from my friends, my family, and everything. With being on the road 24/7 by myself, getting these videos, going to all these beautiful places. There's no beautiful view, I think, in the world that can compare to sitting on the couch with 5 of your closest friends, laughing about absolutely nothing. But I do love being out here. I don't want you to get me wrong. I think I've just come to realize that I need to stop putting so much pressure on making everything perfect or making everything look perfect, and just kind of enjoying the process a little bit more. So that's what I'm trying to do here today with this video, with this food. And yeah, I think it's probably been just about 15 minutes. So to finish this off, we can add in our heavy cream, just about as much as you want. I don't really know. I like to get it till it looks a nice orange color when I make soups like this. And then we can add some Parmesan, and ideally you do this freshly grated, but they didn't have any at the store, so we're just gonna have some pre-shredded Parmesan. And then we'll just let this kind of thicken up and let that cheese melt for like right around another 10 minutes. This is looking so good. We can add in our gnocchi. The good thing about gnocchi is it cooks in like 3 minutes. Add in some cold butter. And then just a large handful of spinach, and that'll cook down in there nicely. And that is pretty much it. And the beautiful thing about a dish like this is my only dirty dish. Well, unless you include my cutting board and maybe my spatula. But super easy to make, very minimal prep, no dirty dishes to clean up. And hopefully it's gonna be delicious, but I will let you know once I try it. There we go. Now for a little finishing touch, a little bit of bacon right there in the center. And then top that off with some chives. And then some fresh cracked black pepper. A wonderful chicken gnocchi soup. It's starting to get kind of cold out now that the sun sets. It's crazy how quickly it goes from like 50 degrees down to like 25 at night. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these doors closed. Oh. One last final look at this beautiful soup before I tear into it. Look at that. Delicious. Oh, bacon bits do actually add a good amount to this. Genuinely, it tastes like a liquid pizza. I think. This is 100% going on my list of things that I'll probably be making all the time because super easy, super delicious. Great for a cold night. Probably give this one like a 7.8 out of 10. It's pretty high, pretty up there. And that's kind of taking into account how easy it was to make and just how good it is. If you are so inclined to try this recipe out and make it based on this video, tag me on Instagram. I want to see your guys' versions of it or how it looks or what you guys think of it. So tag me on Instagram. But I will say one thing about cooking. For me, cooking is that thing that kind of resets me. Like I kind of just zone out, focus on the cooking and forget about everything else for 20-30 minutes while I'm doing it. And I think for some people that might be video games, for others it might be running and like a whole number of other things. But I think cooking is that one thing that refreshes me as a person. But I know maybe it's not for everybody. But if you don't have that thing, I would say give cooking a shot. Maybe you'll hate it, maybe you won't, but I enjoy it. There we go. I really need to organize my fridge too. Beautiful day out. Definitely got a little bit cold last night, but honestly though, during the day, since I have a black fan, the heat from the sun kind of warms it up in here, regardless of how cold it is outside. Like the front will be kind of hot, the inside will be kind of hot. So as long as I keep my doors closed during the day, I don't have to run this heater at all. Something that's mildly annoying that I have been noticing more and more of with things in my van after living in this thing for 3 years is that not everything works as it used to. This coffee machine doesn't put out coffee unless I push down on the top, and then it'll stop and I'll have to restart it like 5 times. It's a beautiful day out. Doing this never looks the most graceful, so. I also have no idea how much water I have left. I don't even know if I have enough to do this. Beautiful. Now we gotta take these nice warm wipes, wipe down the rest of my body, which I'm not gonna show, so see you on the other side. I'm not entirely sure what time Alan is supposed to be here, but while we wait, I'm making breakfast. I'm making waffles. No, I'm actually making a egg sandwich. Ugh. Lost a slipper. Didn't lose my meal though. My toes kind of hurt. A little bit more graceful that time. Not a bad spot for a little bit of breakfast. Also, Alan just texted me, said he's gonna be here in about an hour, but although I am excited to see Alan, because it's always a great time hanging out, I'm also pretty excited to see Alila, his dog. I love dogs. Oh. I'm honestly kind of surprised there's not more people out here right now, because I feel like the weather is pretty nice. This is a pretty relatively easy spot to get to, and it's absolutely stunning. It looks like the mountains are getting more snow today too. You can see kind of up in between there, they're getting some snow, but well, good thing I stopped where I did, because my van would definitely not make it down that. Look at that. It legitimately looks like a scene out of a movie. I guess that's why so many movies are filmed here. But yeah, I've been thinking about doing something like where you guys comment recipes on my videos, and then either the most liked one or the one that I like best, I'll pick and I'll cook it in a video. So if you have any recipes or stuff that you want to see me cook, leave it in a comment below, and I will either pick which one I like the most or whichever one has the most likes, and I'll cook it in a future video. And Alan is bringing some firewood, so we'll be able to use that fire pit, that cool caveman fire pit that's down by our campsite. And I think that might actually be Alan pulling down, or it's someone else in a van. Yep, it's Alan. What up? This spot isn't really the most flat. What's up, Alila?
Huh?
This spot isn't the most flat, so we might be...
I know, for sure.
Alan made it.
Last night, dude. Did it get cold?
Yeah, it was pretty cold, but not too bad. Trying not to kill myself getting down from here. Yeah. Alila.
The only way.
Hello, Alila. What up?
Good to see you, man.
You too.
Hell yeah. A soup.
It was so good.
Yeah.
Hey yo. Hey yo. When you were here last, did you go over to that arch?
Mobius Arch?
Mobius Arch, yeah.
I did not make it there. I'm super down to go.
Yeah, I figured we could go check that out today.
And it's right here.
It's
We're
yeah,
literally
it's like a
walking.
mile. Alan's going to move his van over to a flatter spot over there, and then just kind of bring supplies over. Right, Lena? Who's a good girl, huh? Cookie. It does make it pretty convenient because I've never found a spot. What are you chefing up?
Some eggs.
Eggs?
Nice and easy. Yep. Scrambled eggs.
But yeah, I think after Alan makes his breakfast, we're gonna go check out Mobius Arch, and then
Hell yeah, I'm stoked for that, dude.
yeah, just figure out what we're doing the rest of the day, honestly. There she is. Mobius Arch. I wonder why it's called that. Yeah, I would say this is one of the cooler arches I've seen.
For sure. Damn, this is sick.
I'll throw some of Alan's photos in the video. He's a great photographer. And he's gonna be selling prints on his website, so I'll link his stuff in the description if you're looking for some cool prints. And he's working on some other van life stuff too in the future. His stuff will be in the description. Go give him a follow on Instagram. If you don't, you hate dogs. It looks like a portal. Like if you couldn't see like above above it, it would look like a portal to another dimension or
That's why I'm
something.
trying to frame it.
That's so sick. I went back to his van to take a little nap for a minute, and I'm getting pretty hungry, so I'm gonna try one of those sandwiches that I got the other day, or not really sandwiches, but pocket type thing. I don't know what they are. It's kind of hard to reach in there and grab them, so I can kind of throw them out, catch them. These are gonna be perfect for easy van life lunches. So Alan's inside getting the food ready for tonight. For once, I'm not cooking. I'm just making sure we have good vibes in our little caveman cave here. And I think we're gonna finish off the lentil soup that he's making over the fire. I just know that this gas station wood is only gonna burn for about 15 minutes. So I don't wanna get this fire going too much or too hot, or else it's gonna be done before it gets dark. So I'm gonna try to make the most of the wood we have. How's it going in here, chef?
Oh, good. Almost there.
This feels like I'm watching myself
True.
in real life.
That's hilarious, dude.
So what are we doing? We're doing lentil soup with onions, carrots,
Yep.
celery, mushrooms.
Yes, sir. Some potatoes in there.
Delicious.
That's pretty much it. Nice and hearty.
Lovely.
It's gonna be a good one.
Cannot wait. Yeah. We got the fire going. We got dinner on the way. Honestly, one of the coolest fire pits that I've ever seen in my life, with one of the most amazing backdrops. Like this is like a caveman mansion. Look at that. Beautiful. Full 360. Can't beat it. Gotta love America. This honestly might be some of the best campfire vibes that I've had at a campsite. You got the full moon over there inside of this cave. You really can't beat it. This might be one of the best places in the country where you could come to watch stars. I can't imagine on a clear night with no moon, looking out of here, nice warm fire, Beautiful. And we've got some nice warm lentil soup on the way. Chef's kiss. There it is. Going with some onions. The chef did give me permission to put those in. He asked me to. We're gonna get the rest of the ingredients. It's just a soup, so all the stuff we chopped up is just getting thrown in there with some chicken broth, let it boil for 20 minutes. And then we're eating.
Oh wow, dude, this is sick.
Soup looks so good.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's so warm.
Oh, yeah.
It got so cold out here so quick.
Cold,
But we're gonna get some served up, get back to the fire, and we'll give you a rating on it. Alila, go on, go on. It's gonna be so hot.
Yeah, yeah. Watch out, don't burn yourself.
Oh, so good.
Fire.
Couldn't have asked for a better campsite meal. If I had to give this one a rating, ease of cooking and vibes alone,
Dude.
including the
Very solid point.
including the caveman fire we got going. 8.2.
Okay.
8.2
That's
with the
up there.
vibes, the soup, the music we've been listening to.
Okay, I'll take it, dude.
Great soup.
Hell yeah.
We're probably just gonna hang out in this caveman fire pit cave for the rest of the night, eat our soup, stay warm, see how late we can stay up, and hopefully see some shooting stars later tonight. But
Hell yeah. I'm hopeful we'll see a couple.
yeah,
Yeah,
we'll see them. Maybe we'll see them in between the clouds. 'Cause it's not like full cloud coverage, but
Totally.
it's enough to where it's blocking a significant portion of the sky. But I think that is it for this video. I think me and Alan are gonna caravan north from here. We don't have a plan. We don't know where we're going, but
Maybe hit some hot springs.
yeah,
That'd
end
be
up
dope.
somewhere. But as always, truly appreciate you guys watching. If you haven't already, think about clicking that subscribe button, and I will catch you guys next time.